Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's DLloyd. So let's have a quick trade update regarding the Los Angeles Lakers. Now, the Lakers are a team that is rumored to be heavily involved come trade deadline time. The two names that have been coming up continuously, Zach LaVine from the Chicago Bulls and DeJounte Murray of the Atlanta Hawks. Now, things are going to be interesting because the Lakers have been on a losing streak really since winning the in-season tournament, winning the NBA Cup. They have not been a good team. I don't even think I can say they have been an average team. They've been pretty bad. Just honestly, they have been a pretty bad team since winning the NBA Cup. Now, with that said, the Lakers have went through a ton of different lineups. I think that has caused a lot of issues with the players because they don't really know what their role is with the team. And then, of course, being in LA with having LeBron means nothing but trade rumors. So Zach LaVine, of course, a natural player that came up a ton as a guy that the Lakers can go after, right? He's a shooter, he can score, and he may not be too difficult to go get. Now, what we are hearing right now is that there is a 0% chance that the Lakers trade for Zach LaVine. This is according to Brian Windhorst and The Hoop Collective podcast. Now, 0% chance is music in my ears. Now, you guys remember I made a video back in December when we first really heard about this, and I was saying I don't think the Lakers should trade for Zach LaVine. Not that he is a bad player, but what you're gonna have to give up for Zach LaVine, I don't think is worth it in totality, especially because he is getting paid over $40 million for the remainder of his contract per year for the remainder of his contract. I think you're right back in the situation that you were with Russ, where you have three guys that you're overpaying, everybody else on minimum deals. And I just do not like how that played out, and I don't want the Lakers to go back to that. Of course, you would have Austin Reeves still, but everybody else besides that basically on mid-level exception or minimum deal. So I'm not a fan of that one at all. So for him to come out here and say there's a 0% chance in his opinion that the Lakers make this trade, music to my ears. Because remember, it's not just trading D'Angelo Russell for Zach LaVine. You have to make the contracts work. It is trading D'Angelo Russell and Rui Hachimura and a third player, and to probably make this deal work. I don't think they may have to give up a draft pick at this point because the trade value for Zach LaVine has been pretty much non-existent. So I'm not sure if you will have to include a pick in that. Maybe you just trade that and that is it. But I still do not think it makes a ton of sense for the Lakers. Now, DeJounte Murray, another guy that we have to talk about, right? He is a guy that a lot of Lakers fans have been clamoring about lately. He's a guy that they are saying could be your point of attack defender. He could play both ways, two-way guy, and of course, he makes basically less than half than what Zach LaVine makes, making $17 million this year. Obviously, that is going to go up every single year, but he is a player that you could do a swap with. You could do a D'Angelo Russell for a DeJounte Murray deal. You could do an Austin Reeves for a DeJounte Murray deal. Of course, you may have to add a piece or two, but it's a simple, pretty much straight exchange. You may have to throw in a draft pick because, of course, I don't think nobody's value is what DeJounte Murray's value is. So you probably have to throw something in addition to a D'Lo to make it work. Even in addition to an Austin Reeves to really make it work. But what does he do on the court for you? Yes, he is a guy who is a two-way guy. Technically, I think he, especially watching more film on it, he is a good defender. He gets a lot of steals. That's definitely where his strength is, but I don't know if he is the guy that's going to dramatically change things. You needed a guy who could score points. You need a guy that can shoot. DeJounte Murray, technically, on paper, he could do that, right? Averaging over 20 in game. He is shooting a career high 39%, but his career, he's been around a 33, 34% three-point shooter. So I don't know, this is an outlier, and the Lakers have seen players come in and then all of a sudden forget how to shoot. Even guys that can shoot come in and then they can't shoot when they're with the Lakers, leave, and then they can shoot again. So DeJounte Murray coming in, shooting 39% from this season. I don't know if that's sustainable. That's a realistic view on how everybody else should view DeJounte Murray. Yes, he is having a great season, but I don't know if you could count on him shooting that productively for his entire time with the Lakers. Now, if he does, that will be great. Then, yes, that will be worth it, right? Because you need shooting. The Lakers' offense is terrible. Their defense, in my opinion, is good enough. I don't think you need more defenders. I think you need people that can score. Now, of course, you could look for your two-way guys, but the two-way guys are going to be way more expensive to go get. I'm really part of the ilk right now that is saying you need offense. You need either a primary ball handler, because I don't like LeBron James playing as your primary point guard. Yes, he can do it, but he takes away from really what you want LeBron James to be able to do. I like that he can facilitate, but that should not be his main role within a team. And with the Lakers putting him at point guard the last few weeks, I don't think it has looked that great, in my opinion. We have seen LeBron be way less productive since making that change. So I definitely think you could either use a true point guard facilitator, or you could go get another shooter. And if you are going to say, okay, LeBron is going to be the ball handler, Austin Reeves is going to be the ball handler, maybe if we could get a shooter who can knock down shots reliably, and maybe just play a little bit defense. I don't even care if you could play no defense at this point. I really don't. Just if he can knock down a shot and help the Lakers offense, that could help the Lakers, because offensively they are not getting the job done. They're 28th in the league in three-pointers made. They are dead last in the league in three-pointers attempted per game. That in today's game is not going to work. It's just simply not going to work consistently. And I think that's why the Lakers are struggling, because teams play the Lakers, they raise their level of play, they knock down those shots. Lakers trying to combat that with two-pointers, getting points in the lane. And even when they do that, it's not at a high clip at this current moment. Defensively, they're not the lockdown defenders that they were last season. So I think it's tough. So currently where we are right now is 0% chance. It's crazy to say that. 0% chance, according to Brian Windhorst, the Lakers go after Zach LaVine. I do think DeJounte Murray is a realistic chance. He's a realistic player, a realistic trade that could go down. Personally, I don't hate it, but I am not pushing forward. I am not a fan of going and getting DeJounte Murray. I do not think he changes things. I think for the Lakers, you need to just survey the landscape a little bit more as we get closer to that trade deadline and see if somebody else is out there. On that podcast, they brought up Terry Rozier, who was an offensive guy who could give you that spark. I'm cool with that. I just don't know about going after DeJounte Murray, who's going to cost you a lot. Going after Zach LaVine, who's really going to cost you a lot in terms of assets and players you have to give up. I don't know if we're ready for that, man. But we'll see. But that is currently where we are as of right now. You guys let me know what you guys think about it in the comment section below. Do you like any of these options for the Lakers? Do you think there is a better option out there that maybe we're not talking about right now? If so, let me know what you guys think about it in the comment section below. As usual, I hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you did, please do me a favor. Go ahead and leave this video a like. It helps me out a lot. And subscribe if you haven't already. It's DLloyd. I'm see y'all next time. Peace.